Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to answer a question that I got on Tumblr that I thought would be really helpful for those of you girls who are trying to get your period back, or you haven't had your period and you're like trying to figure out whether or not it's even worth it to gain weight or stop exercise because not having a period. So this girl says, and I have my laptop right here, so I'm just gonna if I have any information that I want to read or share with you guys, then I'm going to be reading from here, which is like right under the camera. So yeah, if I'm looking down, I'm looking at my laptop. So this girl, she said, I haven't had a period in a long time. I like everything I'm doing and don't want to stop exercising. I stress out a lot about school because I want to keep a 4.0. How important is it to get your period back? I'm not sure if changing will be worth it. I'm in the same position. Well, I was in the same position. I haven't had a period in a really long time, a natural period that is. I liked everything that I was doing. I didn't want to change up any of my exercise because I felt so good running a lot and doing a lot of HIIT and eating a lot also. I was stressing out a lot about school because I wanted to keep my grades high. And I'm not prioritizing my fertility or making my own children. So why should a period even matter, right? I mentioned this before in other videos, and I think I should mention it again in case you guys don't know. But not having a period is often a sign of low estrogen, and estrogen is really important for your bone density. So if you're not having your period, you're very likely to have low levels of estrogen. And if you have low levels of estrogen, you're very likely to have a low bone density. And with a low bone density, you have an increased risk of osteoporosis. Now, why does this even matter? Well, you don't want to be walking around and all of a sudden your bones break. You don't want to fall, trip or fall and then your bones break. You don't want to be carrying a niece or nephew and then your hip breaks because you have weak bones. It can happen that easily. And I'm not saying you have osteoporosis if you don't have your period, but I'm saying if you don't have your period for a long time, you have an increased risk of having osteoporosis, of having weak bones. And that sucks because how are you supposed to keep exercising? How are you supposed to get stronger and fitter and faster and be able to lift heavier weights and be able to PR if you have weak bones? To me, it's not worth it. And that's why I'm changing up my whole entire routine right now, because I don't want that to happen when I'm back into the exercise mode, because I want to be strong both in my muscles and my bones, which is the reason why I'm trying to get my period back. For a lot of other women is they want children in the future, and maybe you're not thinking about having children in the future if you don't have your period and you're watching this and you don't want to change your exercise. Maybe you don't want to have kids, maybe you don't even care about having a family, but you don't know. This is you right now in your teens or your 20s, and for this person who's asking the question, she's at school, she wants to keep a 4.0, so I'm guessing she's in her teens and 20s. You don't know right now, because it's in this time, at this age, we don't really care about anything else but ourselves. This is just the reality. As much as we want to feel humanitarian and be like, oh, but I care about everything else, and I'm not egocentric, and I'm not narcissistic, of course, I'm not questioning that at all, but I'm saying that right now, we're just focusing on ourselves and our happiness and whatever. But in the future, at 30 or 40, you might look back and be like, damn, I really do want kids. I really do want a family right now, but right now we're just not thinking about that, which is why when people ask me about what I want to do if I want to have kids, I tell them right now I don't want to have kids, and that's why I don't really care too much about my period in that aspect. But maybe one day in the future I will, and even if I don't, I will want my period back for my bone health anyway. So that's my first answer. That's the importance of getting my period back, and changing my routine for a year, for 2 years, for however many years is totally worth it, because I don't want my bones to break underneath me when I'm trying to do my exercise, when I'm trying to be a doctor, be a dietitian, do whatever I'm doing with my life. I don't want to risk that. And then I ended up doing some research because I wanted to see what other people were saying about the long-term consequences of hypothalamic amenorrhea, or secondary amenorrhea, which is losing your period after you've already started it. And all these websites are saying regular periods are a sign that you're healthy and making enough estrogen to keep your bones strong. Another one says loss of bone density and an increased risk of osteoporosis is another finding associated with one particular brand of hormone injection designed to suppress menstruation. Additionally, without the predictability of a period, a woman may not know she's pregnant, which opens up another can of safety concerns. And this is also really important because even if you're not having your period, you could still be fertile. There's a lot of different cases of people who don't have their period. Like maybe they're not fertile at all, but maybe they're fertile, but they're just like not releasing any blood, or their hormones are out of whack that they're not releasing that blood. But if you're not having your period and you are sexually active, it is possible that you could still get pregnant. That's also another reason that I didn't think of until I researched. And then I found a forum, and this girl who started the forum commented, I haven't had my period in a year and I'm scared as hell. I go to the doctor every 3 months, blah, blah, blah. So she just asked these questions, and the main question was like, is having no period dangerous? And then later on she commented, also my bones have been hurting me and I'm more tired as usual. I sometimes feel like dropping dead. And that is what's really scary, because she is also at a normal weight. So she's not deathly underweight, and she feels like dropping dead even though she's at a normal weight. Everybody who commented underneath are saying like not having a period is not okay. It means imbalance in your body. It means something's wrong. There's an increased risk of osteoporosis. Like that's why your bones are hurting, because you're probably not having enough estrogen to keep your bones strong and healthy. And when I read this, I was like, holy crap, the osteoporosis, the weak bones thing is really real, because this girl was like, my bones have been hurting me. And I've never heard any real testimonies about a girl who's been missing her period with like weak bones. But when I read this, I was like, damn, I really need to take this seriously. And that's why I think that this should be taken seriously, regardless if you love your exercise, regardless if you care about how your body looks right now. Like your internal health is way, way, way more important, because you could look fabulous today, but then if you die tomorrow, or if you like go to the hospital tomorrow, what's the point of even looking fabulous today? You might as well just like take care of yourself and be safe about it and be healthy. That way you can look fabulous until you're like 93, however long you want to live. So yeah, that is my answer for this question. I hope this has helped some of you. I know I mentioned bone density and osteoporosis for so long. I just really think it's so important, especially because osteoporosis is more common in women than it is in men. If you're not having your period and you're still exercising and you're wondering whether or not you want to give it up, please give it another thought. Please look at these websites and the links that I'm putting in the description below, and think about like what's more important in your life and how important your health is before the way you look, before your exercise. I really, really, really encourage you guys to do this. Again, whatever you do with your life is your choice. I'm just sharing my thoughts and my opinions and what I'm doing for myself. So yeah, let me know if you have any questions down below. I'll try to answer them as best as possible. Leave any comments down that you would like. Press like if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.